Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So yesterday I posted October's finished pages, and this image by Teri Sherman, artist, was one of them, and I asked you if you would like a colour along of how I did it. Excuse me, my chair is broken. I have got a new one coming tomorrow. Sorry. It keeps dropping, the hydraulics on it keep dropping, and I end up feeling like a little kid sat at my desk with just my head peeping out. Anyway, so I asked you if you'd like a colour along with this gorgeous, gorgeous image by Teri, and you all responded and said yes, you would like to see it done. I have asked permission. I emailed Teri on Etsy and said, please could I use the image for a colour along, and she replied and said of course, which was lovely. So we are free to colour this in. I will put a link in the description box below so that you can go over and purchase this image should you want to colour along with me. And if you do, please post some images on my Facebook group or Instagram when you've done. I'd love to see them. The image is only just over £2, I think, and you've got an instant image. Now, before I start, I'll get inundated with people saying, what paper are you using? So, it was in a haul that I did a while ago from Hobbycraft, and it is their premium cardstock 300 GSMs. Now, it does go through my printer, but I have to help it start. I have to keep my fingers on it to start it. And it is, let me take this top one out because it got grubby where I was excited. It is, no, I don't know if I hold it up. Can you see? Yeah, there. It's called linen paper. So it's got a really good texture on it. The other side is smoother, but still has a really good tooth. So you could choose which side to use. Well, because I'm using Neos and then my polys, I've printed on the rough side, on the linen side. I hope that makes sense. So that's the paper that I'm using, that you can buy in Hobbycraft if you're in the UK, excuse me. And I have looked on Amazon and there are cardstock, linen cardstock available. It's a really good thick paper and it handles the Neos really well. Okay, so I've got 5 Neo colours that we're going to be using. Let me turn them around and show you. This image is so easy to do. I had so much fun. But Teri's work always comes out beautifully. So, I have got, let me hold it up and see if we can get them in focus. White. We've got light olive. That's for his turning gammy green skin. I've got salmon pink as the flesh, what's left of the human flesh, and I've got raw sienna and orange, which I mixed together with a little bit of white to do the eyes and the fingernails. So, okay, let's get started. So I'm using my Caran d'Ache palette board. And I'm not going to draw straight on the paper. I use the board and then I take it from that because I feel I can control the colour better. So using the light olive, I'm just going to scribble on the board. Need quite a bit. And this also helps to sharpen a point on your pencil, on your Neo Colour 2s, so you can use it straight in your colouring books with a little bit of more detail. Okay, so I've got a cheap water brush. These were in a set of 6 or something like that from Amazon. It's fraying a bit now, but I've got Caran d'Ache ones, I've got Pentel ones, and do you know what? I can't find any that are better than this. The flow on them is really controlled. So they were just a cheap set. So I'm going to put a little drop of water on my palette and mix that up into some paint. And I know it looks horrifically bright, but don't forget when you put it on your page that it will lighten. So now I've done that, which was rather stupid, let me zoom you in. Okay, so I am literally going to put this green everywhere. You're going to think I'm nuts, but it works. And it looks, like I say, it looks horrifically green to start, but when it dries it will tone down. And if it's too bright, we can always add more water and lift some of that colour. So, and this is just how I did the other image, so nothing different. Exactly how I did it. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's such a brilliant image, and I'd said, oh god, I'm so over Halloween, it's unbelievable. Then I was on Etsy looking at my favourite shops, as you do, and this popped up in Teri Sherman's art page, or Etsy page as I should say, and I thought, well, I'm no longer over Halloween, it's got to be done. So I'm just filling in there and then let that fade out. And I didn't fill the background in because I loved how Teri's given us that fade out. You know he's there, or she, whoever, but it fades out and it's blotchy, like, I don't know, it's not pitch black, but so I just left it. I like it as it is. There we are. So thank you to everyone for all your wonderful comments for my finished pages this month. I've had a blast, I really have. And colouring in my colouring books that I haven't used before because I've been scared has actually, I've had so much fun, and my pages have turned out much better than I could have hoped for. So I'm pleased with that. Now my ink runs a bit, but that's okay, I don't care, because it adds to the skin colour, the dirty skin colour. There. So, my Colour in Heaven magazine, oh my goodness. When that arrived, I could not contain my excitement on that video. Every page I turned got better and better, and I love it. So I will be putting together, from December the 1st, a video every day of the Advent calendar, and we will count down to Christmas together. I thought, what a lovely idea. So if you've got a copy, or you're going to get a copy of that magazine, I will be around, probably annoying you, every single day of December up until and including Christmas Eve. So won't that be fun? I'm so excited about it. I'm really looking forward to it. So yeah, I had a lovely comment from somebody, and I won't mention names because I don't know if they'd want me to say their name, to say about my alcohol markers, and to tell me that actually my alcohol markers I could refill if I had rubbing alcohol. So I went onto Amazon and I ordered some rubbing alcohol, which will be with me today. Now I've got Touch New markers. I think they're Touch New. Let me just check. Yeah, I've got Touch New markers, and I've got Le Manche, the skin tone set of Le Manche, and they have dried out on me and I've barely used them. So I wondered if you'd like to come on a journey with me. I know there are videos out there because that was pointed out to me, but I wonder if you'd like to come on a journey with me where we try and revive my alcohol markers. I think this would be a good plan. Now I know he's looking a little bit like the Hulk right now, but he won't. Excuse me, he'll dry out lighter than what we've put on there, and then we're going to add the salmon pink, and we're also going to go over with Polychromos, so that's what will give us the detail. So I'm putting green over it because when I get the salmon pink I can then blend in that salmon to make it look like, just checking you're in shot, to make it look like he or she has not fully turned into a zombie. There is still some human flesh there. Yeah, so that's what I was saying. So yeah, let me know if that's a video that you'd like to watch, me trying to rescue my alcohol markers. I know there's lots out there, like I say, but I haven't done it, and it could be quite good fun, especially if I fluff it up. And if not, I've got a whole massive set of alcohol markers that I can start using. Excuse me if you heard that, that's my tummy rumbling. So, and today I'm going to visit my baby grandson and son, which is lovely. And for the first time since my bite happened, I've put jeans on. So it's still very swollen, but that's probably because of the blood thinners that I'm on. But I'm actually wearing normal clothes and it feels really good. So hence the pink top today instead of pyjama tops. No fluffy snowflake pyjamas today. So I'm sorry if this is a little bit boring. Just watching me fill this in. I should have perhaps gone off camera and finished him. But I'll have to go off in a minute anyway. Because I don't have a heat gun, so I'll have to wait and let the paper dry naturally. Otherwise, even on this thick cardstock, it will still peel the paper if you try and work it too quickly. So I'm going to need a little bit more of my light olive, I think it is, isn't it? Light olive, yeah. So do you see how quick it is? There's no talent or secret to it. I'll just move him up a bit. It's just having the patience to sit and fill him in. A bit more water on there. I've made it quite watery, look, if I show you. It's quite watery. And that's because I don't want it to dry out really bright green. I want it to look like sort of gammy and rotting rather than the Hulk. So there we are. Right, you don't need me to fill in the rest. I'm literally going to do everything but avoiding, obviously I've avoided, I can't get it, avoided his gorgeous eye and the fingernails. So I'm going to fill that all in and then I'll come back to you when the paper's dry and we're ready for the next stage. See you in a sec. So I've filled him in with green and it's mostly dry. Again, on here it looks really washed out, but I was quite pleased with how the actual video uploaded of my colouring pages, so I'm not going to worry too much about it. So I've scribbled down on my palette the salmon pink, and we're going to start to put that in the areas that I want to look like the rot has met normal flesh. Lovely conversation, isn't it? So again, you can see what I'm doing. I'm putting quite a lot of water on it. We can always deepen the colour up later if I need to. So I'm going to bring you back in. My gosh, I'm learning how to use my camera. Managed to get it right. So this will look quite shocking to start with. Don't panic, because it will dry better and we will do a good blend anyway with a little bit more water if necessary. So I'm just going to pick out the places that Teri left light on her detailing. I've got my little cloth. I'm going to clean off my brush and then just push the two in together so there's no stark line there. There we go. And that will, I know it looks hideous, but it will dry much better. Okay, so in the folds of skin round the eye we've got quite a lot of light bits there, so I'm going in the centre and I'm going to fill that in. Clean off my brush and just go back in, and that's simple as that, but it's very effective when it dries. I keep saying this, but with artists as good as Teri is, Christine Karen and all those, Monia Gates and all the rest of the wonderful artists that we follow, when they've drawn an image like this, it is so easy to colour it in because they've done the hard work for you. So I might go back in with, well, I've got pencil that I'll go back in with to bring out the green and the flesh a little bit more. I really hope you're picking up the colours on this, because what I can see on my LCD screen, you can't see anything. So the finger, oh, let's just do this bit. I hope you can pick this colour up, I really do. The fingertips, they're quite important. I wanted those to appear normal flesh colour. I'm just going to clean my brush off again and let that green come through and merge. Just concerning me whether you can see this or not. I've just told myself I'm not going to worry too much about it, because when I upload it, it looks so much different. But I don't want to do a whole image and then have a look and it's no good. Okay, so all the places that Teri has left light, I am putting the salmon pink in so we get an appearance of some normality in there. And you can see already that it's drying quite light, so I might even go back in with some more pink. So here on his palm, I'm going to go with it, folks, and say it's a him. It made me smile so much, this image, and I could just imagine this. Well, the title of the picture is called Let Me Out, and it just made me think of this story of, like, you know, Walking Dead kind of thing, where this person's just turning to a zombie and they're saying to him, it's okay, you know, I'm not going to hurt you, you can let me out, it's fine. So that made me chuckle. So I'm just filling in all those light spaces where Teri has left them. And we may go back in, well, I think I'm going to have to go back in with some bolder colour. Some less diluted pink, I think. We'll see. But it's good to have a base coat to add to and then build up your colour rather than overwhelming it. That's better. What I'm going to do is put some more salmon on my board, and then we'll get that going so it's not so diluted, because it's drying way too pale. Okay, so I'm going to go back in here. Back up onto the eyelid. And I'm not worrying about that because I shall go over with, like I say, with pencil. Clean off my brush again. And we'll blend that in. And then I'm just blending the pink out so that that green comes through. There. So I'm just keep cleaning my brush off and going back in so that it blends together. Alright, a little bit on his wrists here. Yeah, so what I love about images like this is anybody can do it, because the artist has put such hard work into the detailing that anybody can do this image. This is why I was so keen to share it with you all, was that actually, other than mixing the colours, it's not difficult at all. And I know they look scary, excuse the pun, he is scary. But then really not, honestly. And I really would love to see you guys have a go at this, to see finished images. Do you know, in the, however long it is, March I started this channel, I haven't seen anyone, poor me, get the violins, show me an image of anything that I've coloured that they've followed along with. So I would really, really appreciate it on Instagram or Facebook, like I say, if you showed me something you'd followed. There, that was looking good. I wonder why. Let me turn that. It just looks so washed out on this, on my little screen. Right. So it doesn't take that long, to be honest. This is the longest process, I think, is just checking you're in shot, is painting, mixing the colours in. But it's so relaxing, such good fun. And Neos are so versatile. A little bit of pink in here. So that would be the side of the face. There he is, look, peeping at you. Let me out. You can, it's safe, you know. God, I'm such an idiot sometimes. Do you make stories up for pages that you're colouring in, or is it just me and my madness? There we go. This paper takes the water so well. And it doesn't say it's watercolour paper, but it crinkles a little bit when it's wet, but as soon as it's dry it's flat again, and it goes really thick and sturdy once it's dry. So I shall definitely be investing some more in this paper. I think there was 100 sheets and it cost me £10. So I just save it literally for the ones that I'm going to use water medium on. Because that's obviously it's well, I suppose it's cheap in terms of if you were to buy, just putting a bit more salmon on, if you were to buy watercolour paper, that I suppose that's quite cheap. And if it makes your artwork better, then why the hell not, is what I say. Right. Last few bits, peeps, and then what I'll do is let it dry, and we'll I'll come back and make a decision about whether I need to add more salmon pink to him. I think at this moment in time I'm going to have to. I think I've watered it down a bit too much, but never mind. It's Neos, we can put this right. Ooh, he's looking good. Let's do a little bit around his eye again. Here. I'm just using a bit more of a less diluted version now. Just so we get that beautiful colour in. And then I'll leave it because I don't want to pill the paper. And then I'll do some blending. Just with water on my brush. I think already he's looking mighty scary. He's looking like you know, when I first saw it, how I imagined he would look. So that's good. There, we're getting the salmon's building up now. That's better. There we are. Actually, there's one little finger down there that I've missed out, I've forgotten. Anything else? Let's see, we'll do a little bit here. A bit more in there. Now the Polychromos will bring this out, so I'm not too fussed about. Right, let's just do a bit of blending. It's just my water brush, sorry. Getting carried away. This is just plain water. And I'm just making sure that there's no harsh edges on any of it. And that's the wonder, I think, of, oh, I'm so sorry, of Neos. There we are. I am going to say, actually, that I'm happy with him. I hope you can see. I really hope you can pick up those colours. Maybe a little bit more here. See, this is true Lucy style. I have to faff. I don't know why. Okay, a bit more on this one. Sometimes it works when I faff, other times I overwork something and spoil it. So I'm just going to finish up this little bit of salmon that I've got on my palette, and then I will leave him alone. Right, a little bit there. A little bit in here. There. Right, I'm going to leave him alone. Let's zoom out, just clean my brush. Let's zoom out and have a look. Oh my goodness, on this, sorry about the camera shake, on this screen it just looks like there's no colour on him at all. Okay, what I'm going to do is let that dry. I'm going to upload this and make sure that you can see what I've done, and then we'll come back, we'll do his fingernails and the mess up his eye, and I'll see you in a second. Okay. Right, so I went and checked, sorry, just clicking on my video. I went and checked the video and made sure that you could see the colours, and it would appear that you can. He is looking a little pasty, but the Polychromos will pick that out. So, fingernails. I want to use the, can you see? Raw Sienna. And I'm just going to scribble a little bit down on the board. There we go. Can always add more. I'll move you in. Okay. And as simple, just make sure my brush is clean. As simple as we did the others, mix some water in it. And paint it on. And again, it looks horrific, but it will dry a lot lighter. And I've switched the lamp off, so I hope that makes a bit of difference to the colours that you can see. I didn't know if that's what was washing everything out or not, I'm not sure. Right, what other fingernails have we got this hand? And I'm leaving those because I'm going to put like bloody grime in there. Such a pleasant colour along. And that is that. Okay, now on his eye I used the same as we've just done with that, and I got some white to mix in with the raw sienna just to tone it down a little bit. Mixed it in. Just going to add a bit more water just so I feel confident to work with it. There we go, nicely mixed in. And then literally at the top where you see the shading, I'm just checking my other drawing, I'm going to put that in and just bring it down a tad. Now when that dries I may want to deepen it up, but I don't want to overwhelm the eye with colour, but I just wanted it to look almost like jaundice, you know. And I'm gonna put a tiny bit of orange, and I'm going to blend that. Let me move my palette over. Literally a tiny bit of orange. I'm going to blend that in because it's too insipid. And if I remember correctly, on my original image, this is what I did. So I'm just going to drop that colour in there. Make sure I've got enough on my brush. There we go, that's better. And just bring it out. So it almost looks like his liver's failing. I don't want it too overwhelming. So that's that. So that's the start of his eye. We've done his fingernails. I'll clean my brush off. Otherwise I'll pick it up in a minute and forget that it's got colour on it. I'm going to move my palette board out of the way. And let's zoom back out. And we'll have a look at the Polychromos that we're going to use. So for his skin, I literally selected one of the darkest colours I could find, darkest greens, and that was deep cobalt green in the Polychromos. Alright, now I have to just check that my paper is dry enough. Don't do it if your paper's not. So let's start round his eye. I'll bring you back in. And we're going to bring out that green. So here, where Teri's done all these beautiful deep dark folds, I'm just going to bring that green in and come out slightly into the flesh. Just slightly. This paper is amazing with Polychromos. So what I'm doing is literally turning those black lines into this deep cobalt green, and it's got a kind of bluey hue to it, which is really good. So it just adds to that rotting tone that I wanted. There we go. I'll do a little bit under the eye. Around here. And he's zombified. Can you see what I'm doing? So it can be whatever you want him to be. So that's that bit. Let's keep going. Okay. So let those colours build up. And I'm doing that everywhere that Teri's put the dark. Are you in shot? Yeah. So round here, and then bring it out. And that just brings out that gorgeous green that we've put in, and just makes him look even more sinister. Let me move the camera up this way. That's better. Sorry about that. Okay, so that was the cobalt green. Then I'm going to take the flesh colours that we use in the Polychromos. Let me line them up for you. So I've got, can you see? Come on camera. I've got beige red, which you'll know as light flesh. Then I've got cinnamon, and I've got medium flesh. There we go. So I'm going to go in with my darkest first, which is medium flesh. And I'm going to mix that in with that cobalt green and bring that out. Just so they blend in together. There we go. Then I'm going to take the cinnamon, do the same, go over the medium flesh, bring it out. And then in the very centre, just put the I've got beige red. Is it beige red? Gosh, I can't see, it's so hard to see. Yeah, beige red or light flash. There. And so we're going to do the same here. And I'm just going to follow everywhere that Teri put the dark. We're going to blend in from that cobalt green. This is cinnamon. So we're going to use medium flash, cinnamon, and then light flash. And blend that all in together. There we go. Perfect. Let's do a little bit more. Let's do his eyebrow. Or his eyelid, rather. So, taking the medium flash and blending into that cobalt green. Taking my cinnamon and doing the same. So the normal colours that we would use for flash, but we'll go over the eyelashes in a bit and blend it in. There, what do you think? We'll do this little bit together. Leave that a bit darker. Go over that with cinnamon. It's literally really quick. Just blend it all. Ah. Okay, let's do one of the fingers together. Let's choose, well, we might as well do the one that's in shot, haven't we? Let's do this one. So again, medium flash where it meets the cobalt green. Let the colour build up. Go in with cinnamon, overlap that and then bring it down further. And then blend over the whole thing with the light flash. There we go. That is it. That's all I did. So, oh gosh, I hope you're picking up. I don't know what's wrong with this screen. It almost looks black and white. But I know that you are picking up the colour because I've checked. I might have changed the setting or something on it maybe. I don't know. Right, let's go around his eye here. Then I'll go off. And literally just follow where you put the flesh lines and mix in with that cobalt green. Jobs are good, and as they say. And we'll meet back up. Okay, let's come out. I'm moving that. There we go. Alright, I hope you can see that. It works really well. Okay. I'll stop faffing on camera and I'll finish this off and we'll meet back up and then we'll put the detail in his finger. Oh, actually, I suppose I should do this with you really. Come down, hang on. So we're going to do just the details on his palms. So I'm taking the dark flash as we did and I'm just going to go over Teri's dark lines. And just bring that out. Cinnamon. You don't even have to be that particularly careful, look. I'm doing it quickly. So I'm letting all my trade secrets out now, aren't I? Looks like a masterpiece. And in fact, it takes very little effort. And that's because of Teri's beautiful drawing. Okay, so that's literally how I'm going to do the rest of the image. So if you follow where Teri's lines are, you won't be able to go wrong, I promise. Just take your time with it. I'll see you in a second when his skin is complete. I'm back, everyone. So I've done it as bright as I possibly can to pick out the details for you. And I've just finished the skin, blending it in. It's a lot brighter than my other picture, but it's worrying me that you're not seeing the full effect. Okay, so stop faffing. We've got his gorgeous eye left to do, so let's do that. Now, I've picked out, I've got my blues. Now, I picked out this red, gorgeous red. There you go. Indian red, I hope you can pick that up. Okay, and I went in round his eye with this Indian red. Filled in that dark. Okay, then I'm just looking at my image. Okay, so we'll come back to Indian red in a minute, and we're going to do the eye. So from darkest to lightest, I've got 3 colours. I love this combination. I hope you're picking it up. I've turned off all my lamps. There we go. So what have I got? I've got, I can't see. I've got sky blue, ultramarine, and helio blue reddish. Gorgeous, gorgeous colours. So with my darkest, I'm going around the edge, because I want it to still have some human. I'll come in, sorry, I do apologise. I want it to have some human element still to it. So I'm going to do that deep colour, just check you can see, round his eye. That deep, beautiful blue. Okay. Then I'm going to take the medium colour, which is the ultramarine, and I'm going to fill that, go over and fill that in a bit, leaving that white space because that's our light. Okay, then I'm taking the sky blue and I'm going to fill in the rest. Okay, there we go. Doing this really quickly, but it is as simple as this, honestly. Okay, now to add a little bit of horror further to his eye, I'm going to take where are you? There you are. Gosh, we're so zoomed in. Come on, camera. Come on. To move down a bit. There we go. Burnt ochre. That's it. That's gotcha. Okay, and I'm going to just enhance where we put that yellow on, but just lightly. So we just make it look a little bit more troublesome. Just want to check you can see it all. And just leave that tiny bit of white at the bottom. You see that? Okay. Back to the Indian red. It is Indian, is it? Oh, India red, I do apologise. And then round the iris of the eye. I was going to draw bloodshot lines, but I thought this looks more sinister. I'm just going to put that red in. Just following the outline of his eye. A bit more in there. So it kind of makes it look sore and gammy. There we go. Alright, now, more sinister. I want some colours in his iris to show that he is changing. So we're going to use the India red, the ochre, and we're also going to use scarlet red. Let's get those in. There we go. India red, burnt ochre and scarlet red. And I'm just going to put in between those lines, his iris lines, India red. Then I'm going to put the ochre in it. Okay, then I'm going to take the scarlet red and we're just going to add a bit of shock in there. There we go. And then just to make sure it's all blended and, oh hang on, no, bit of yellow, let's put some yellow in there too. So what have we got? Come on. There you go. What is it? Just yellow, is it? Cadmium yellow, dark cadmium yellow. There we go. And I'm going to throw a bit of that in there too. Bring that out around the edge of there. There we go. Sinister. And then just blend it out with our palest blue. There we go. Oh, I like it. And then I'm going to take a black Prismacolor, and just go over that pupil. There we are. Okay. Give me 1 second, that was my dad calling, I don't know if you heard. Give me 1 second, I'll be back in a minute. Okay guys, sorry about that, it was my dad. We've been over, in the 1 second that it's taken for you, I've been over and seen my grandson and now I'm back. So I'm just putting a little bit more red in there. I'm going to do a little bit up here. Just to really play up that look. Okay, so we'll go back to the black Prisma, that where we were when I left off, and we'll just highlight those eyelashes. And I'm not bothered about that, I'll go over that probably with a silver Posca because I've put pencil on it. Let's do his eyelashes. Make sure you're still in shot. And then all that's left is just to add some detail to those fingernails. And then a little bit of work on the fencing and we're done. It's as simple as that. Such an easy colour, but very effective. There we go. There. Okay. I'm happy with that eye. Let's zoom out. There we go. So he's looking much better, isn't he? Okay, right. Now, fingernails, I'm going to take that Indian red. There we go, let's block that out. Sorry, I keep calling it Indian. It's India red. There you go. I'm going to take that India red and a little bit of the, come on, burnt ochre that we used earlier. Just trying to get it so there's no light on it. There you go. Okay, so Indian red, and we'll come back in so you can see what I'm doing. That might be helpful. I'm going to colour that straight over. That's the inside of his nail. Then here, when we've got the dark bits, I'm going to fill that with Indian red. India red, Lucy. Sorry, I do apologise. Fill that, colour that black up. And then I'm going to take the ochre and I'm just going to blend that out into the rest of his nail. There. Let's do the other one. So as simple as that. Let's give it a little bit of a blend out. Make sure we're filling in the black. So it's so enjoyable. I know you're only seeing, you know, bits that that I've done off camera, but really, honestly, it doesn't take that long to do this image, and it's so worth it. I'm so pleased with the results. Okay, let's finish this off together. Just making sure you can see. There we go. Another one. Just making sure I lighten my pressure when I come in the nail, so I can blend that ochre in. And then just lightly putting that little bit of ochre in. There we go. Right, so in the meantime, with me being away and it's still only being seconds for you, the rubbing alcohol came that I talked about. So I don't want to start playing with that. If you guys want to see if it works, you know, we try it first hand and see if it actually works. So let me know if you want a video of me doing that, and I'll certainly put that together for you. I think it'd be good fun to see if I can get it to work. But if not, just let me know and I'll tell you in another video, another day, whether it worked or it didn't. I'm happy either way. There we go. Right. And that is fingernails done. Let's zoom out. Up, in. There we go. Okay, now all I'm going to do is, you will have, if you've got Prismas, you will have silvers and golds, or any of the sets, it doesn't matter. I'm just going to use this cheap £2.99 pencils. They're really, really good. Script make them. And I picked them up from a local supermarket. And I'm just going to highlight some of the railing. If I've gone over it with paint and it won't highlight over, I'll just use a bit of silver Posca. Like here, where I put the black on, I'm going to get my fine Posca, which is the, let's find it the right way, there we go, 0.7mm. And where I'd put, where did I go over here with the eyelashes, I'm going to very carefully Poscarize it. There. And then go back to my pencil, because I don't want it overwhelmingly obviously silver. It's a, you know, it is a railing, but at the same time it wouldn't be clean. It wouldn't maybe necessarily in the dark stand out as uber shiny. I might put a little bit on there. So the odd little strip of silver Posca is not going to hurt. So, and that is as easy as that. One beautiful, outstanding image by Teri Sherman. Complete in time for Halloween. So happy Halloween, everyone. Have you got any plans? Are you going to any party? Oh no, probably not, in the circumstances. I don't do anything for Halloween. As an adult, now with all my children grown up, Halloween's just a big pain in the butt for me, you know, when you've got people knocking on the door at night time. Miserable old cow, aren't I? There. Okay. Oh, there's a tiny bit there that will bug me, look. We'll put a little bit of silver Posca. So the odd shiny bit's fine. Any more this one. And I quite like how just the odd bit looks, you know. Just covering up any dull bits where the paint might have Neo's might have gone. There we go. I'm not going to faff anymore. So there he is, let me out. Our happy Halloween picture. I really hope that you've enjoyed the colour along with me. I've loved it. I just adore how easy it is to turn one of Teri Sherman's pictures into something that looks like you've spent hours and hours and hours on it. There's my chair again. I really hope that you've enjoyed it and you've stuck with me. And please, 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 if you're going to do a picture of this, please post me your finished images. Even if you haven't followed my colour along, you've done different colours of it, please show me. I'd love to see. So you can go either to Facebook or Instagram, and I will look and I will answer you. So thank you for taking the time to follow along with me. I'll let you go. Let me know about the alcohol markers. I'll see you very soon. Bye bye.